Good morning, 11th graders. This is Mr. Schuyler of the CHS School Counseling Department. I'd like to very briefly talk to you about an opportunity for those students who would have been taking the SAT in either May or June. Here is what we know about the SAT right now. We know that the May 2nd SAT has been canceled, and if you signed up, you will get your money back. The June 6th SAT is still being discussed by College Board, but it looks as though it will be canceled, so let's assume that for now. According to the College Board, they will be flexible in adding test administrations in the fall, so please do not worry about missing out on the opportunity to take an official test this spring. What my department is recommending is that all 11th grade students who would have taken the May 2nd or the June 6th SAT take a full-length practice test through Khan Academy on the date that you would have taken the real test. Additionally, any other 11th grade students who may be considering a four-year college but were not planning to take the SAT until the fall should set up an SAT study plan so that they can be prepared. The practice test and the study plan can be accomplished through Khan Academy. So the first step is to go to www.satpractice.org and press the white button that says Start Practicing. You will be prompted to log into Khan Academy if you have an account or to create an account if you have not logged in before. It takes about 2 minutes to create your account, so go ahead and do that. Then you will be prompted to input whether you have taken the SAT, PSAT, or PSAT 10, or if you haven't taken any of those tests. If you have, you will be asked to link your College Board account to your Khan Academy account so that Khan Academy can access the results of that test. If you have not taken any of those tests, that's fine. You will be given a short diagnostic quiz to assess your skill level. At this point, you're logged in, and if this applies to you, you're connected with College Board. So now you are going to choose your practice schedule. Click the white button that says Choose Your Practice Schedule, and you will be asked to choose your test date. So put in either May 2nd or June 6th. Then put in your email address so that you can receive reminders about your practice test and your study plan. Use the email address that you check most frequently, even if it is not the one that you used to sign up. This is where we're going to deviate a little bit from what you would normally do on Khan Academy. In step 3, practice test days, Khan Academy still thinks that the May 2nd and June 6th SATs are happening. And typically, it would recommend that you take a full-length practice test 2 to 4 weeks in advance. Obviously, the situation now is a little different. So if it offers you any practice tests prior to your test date, delete them from the plan until all you see is the test date on the screen. Then hit Next. The last step is to finalize your personalized practice plan. Khan Academy will recommend a practice plan for you based on the amount of time until your test date. However, you can change it to anything that suits your schedule. Just keep in mind that the more time you spend practicing, the better you will do on the test. Now that you're finished with that, you can start your practice plan, or you can explore any of the many resources that Khan Academy offers for SAT preparation. The reason that we recommend Khan Academy so highly is because of their partnership with College Board. That means that the prep materials are going to be very, very similar to what you will see on the real SAT. This also means that for those students who have taken an SAT or PSAT before, your study plan will be influenced by your skill level as demonstrated on your previous test. So it will be completely customized just for you. If you need help on algebra concepts, that is what you're going to see. If you need help more on geometry, then that is what you're going to see. If there are certain words or phrases or types of questions on the English section that seem to trip you up, it will be able to tell, and it will give you a lot of practice in those areas. So we have covered using Khan Academy to prepare for the content of the SAT. Now let's look at simulating the experience of the SAT. The SAT is very different from most tests that you will ever take, so it's important to be prepared for what it's like to take it on that morning. You're going to want to follow the same routine you would have on the actual testing date. You would have needed to be at CHS by 7:30 a.m. to check in. So if you need to wake up at 6 a.m., wake up at 6 a.m. Make sure that you get enough sleep the night before. Make sure that you eat a large and filling breakfast that morning. And then find a place in your home where you won't be bothered for 3 to 4 hours, because that is the length of the test. You're going to want to bring with you what you would have had at the testing center. You would have brought pens, pencils, and a calculator, so have those things with you. For this practice test, you should have a couple sheets of scratch paper. You can't have scratch paper on the actual SAT, but you can write in your test booklet. And since obviously you won't have a test booklet, use the scratch paper instead. Set up a clock where you can easily see it. The sections are timed, and it's important to know how much time you have left. So follow the timing and the breaks exactly as stated in the practice test. You need to get used to taking a 65-minute section and then having a 10-minute break and then getting right back to testing. Leave your phone in a different room. You will not have your phone with you in the testing room for the real SAT. And do not use the internet or any other resource that you would not have access to during the real SAT. It does you no good to get an inaccurate score, because we are trying to prepare you for the real SAT in the fall. So don't do anything to try to increase your score. It doesn't matter how high or low it is. We're just trying to get a baseline for you. Now, I will point this out. Some math sections allow the use of the calculator while others do not. So make sure you're following the directions you're given. They will prompt you and say, on this math section, you can use your calculator. That is fine to use it for that. After you are done with the practice test, first of all, congratulations. That is a very big step on your college journey. Please email your counselor to let us know how it went. We are not as interested in your score as we are on your take of how the experience was. What surprised you, what went really well, what didn't go so well, etc. We're going to ask you to start thinking about which SAT you'd like to take in the fall. We typically recommend the August or the October test. You're going to want to set up a longer-term study plan for this next test. And again, that study plan through Khan Academy will be based on the results of the test you just completed. So it will be very customized to you. Keep in mind that you have access to 4 full-length practice tests. So you will have 3 more that you can take before you take the real thing. Ultimately, what this comes down to is your confidence level. We get it. The SAT can be very intimidating. We all remember taking it when we were in high school. But the more familiar that you are with the format and with the experience of taking it, as well as the preparation that you put in to be ready to go on the content of the test, that will lead you to the level of success that you want. So I know this was a very brief overview, but please consider doing this. If you would have tested in May or June, we want to keep you as on track as possible for when we return to school. Let your counselor know if you have any questions at all. We miss seeing you all. We hope you're doing well, and we hope to see you soon.